Woke up this morning and I seen that there's a new iPhone available now in a special product red edition. So just like they've done in the past with the Apple iPod, there's now a product red iPhone 7 Plus as well as an iPhone 7. Now I'm a little bit, like, dang, I just bought the jet black because red is my favorite color. That's why I put the red case on the iPhone 7 Plus. But for those of you who love red, even my chair is red like me right here. If you guys love red, you can now pick up the product red edition of the iPhone 7 Plus. And for those of you who like the iPhone 7, the smaller edition, that also is coming in product red, and it does have a silver Apple logo. Both iPhones have a white front and they do have a silver Apple logo here. So what do I think of this? Man, this is pretty nuts. For those of you who just bought the iPhone 7 and you've been always wanting a red edition of the iPhone, this is kind of annoying because some people just go out and they just purchase an iPhone 7 and they only have a 14-day period return, and now Apple goes ahead and announces the iPhone 7 Plus product red. Is this anything different? It's the same exact phone, A10 chipset, 3 gigs of RAM, dual camera system. So it's not really any change. It's the same exact phone, but it's a different color. Now I think Apple is doing this for two reasons. Number one, to keep their iPhone 7 fresh, lineup fresh, while the Galaxy S8 is rumored to be released on March 29th and the LG G6 just dropped. So I think they're trying to keep the iPhone 7 competitive, and announcing a new color does that, I think, for Apple. The whole entire, the stock went up on Apple's at an all-time high this morning, and I ain't no rep for Apple. I'm a YouTube creator, I make content, but I like to keep people informed on what's going on in the world of technology. In addition to that, Apple has announced a new iPad. Not an iPad Pro, a new iPad. So there was a lot of rumors circulating around that Apple was gonna go ahead and announce an iPad Pro 10.5 inch, as well as an iPad like a 12.9-inch updated version, and keep the 9.7 in the lineup. Now the 9.7 Pro is not what was announced. What was announced was an iPad. So they kind of updated the Air 2 line, and it looks like they have dropped the iPad Air 2. So there's now iPad. It comes in at $329, starting at 32 gigs. It gives you an Apple A9 chipset with 8 megapixel FaceTime HD cameras and the same Retina display that you get on the iPad Pro. Now, you do not get the Apple Pencil support, so if you guys have an Apple Pencil, you're not going to be able to use that on your iPad. The smaller iPad, that one doesn't have Apple Pencil support, but they kind of pulled an SE move. For those of you who were like, the iPad Pro is a little bit out of my price range, both the big one and the small one, that's basically what they did here with the new iPad, and I think it's a nice move because it's a great little product that they now have in the lineup that's going to allow those people who don't have the budgets to buy like a $599 to a $799 iPad to finally get their hands on a newer edition iPad. So this is a good move, I think, for Apple. What do you guys think about the iPad move down below? I still think we should see updates to iPad Pro 9.7 as well as 12.9 within at least the next year. So there was also some little changes for the Apple iPhone SE. The rumored 128 gigabyte model is now available, coming in at $499. Also, they dropped the 16 gig SE, which I have here, and they made a 32 gigabyte SE, which is now $399. So they do go up a little bit in price point, but just slightly, like $50 more, and you do get much more storage for the smallest model and the higher model. So that's a nice move from Apple. Although they did not redesign the iPhone SE, at least for those of you who want a smaller iPhone, you now have probably a little bit better storage options. I think 64 gigs was the sweet spot, but 128 will do just fine for those of you who are planning on keeping the iPhone SE a very long time. To have that kind of storage, that monster storage, in a phone this small is a pretty nice value. Now, it is going to come in at $369 less than a 7 Plus at 128 gigs, or even like $250 less than the iPhone 7 at 128 gigs. So a pretty solid value nonetheless. So a pretty solid value nonetheless for the iPhone SE. I think a lot of us would have rather seen the iPhone SE redesigned totally, a new look and feel for this phone, but it's not going to happen this year, so just hold on. Maybe there'll be an SE next year, an SE2. I don't know about that happening because the iPhone 8's, 10th anniversary edition being a radical redesign that's probably gonna push Apple to an all-time high. So yeah, the iPhone SE does get a little bit of an update today in the storage department. So that's pretty much everything Apple announced today on March 21st, 2017. They didn't hold an event, they just kind of quietly updated it on their website. Well, not too quietly. They said we got something special. They took the website down, but there was no formal event where Tim Cook comes on stage. So it was kind of just a website release. They've done this before, but they didn't do it last year. But hey, we'll take what we can get. And I think there were some pretty exciting announcements today, especially the iPhone 7 Red. That's a specific thing. If you like the red color, if you're not a red person, this won't matter to you. But the iPad was the most exciting announcement today, I believe, because we now have a great powerful iPad coming in at $329, and that makes it much more accessible to all people. Now, for those of you looking for the mini iPads, didn't see any of those today, but yeah, pretty decent announcements today. I don't think they're overly exciting, but I did want to make you guys aware of what is going on in the world of Apple. We do cover Apple a lot on this channel, so might as well just let you know what's going on. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, click the like button for me. Let me know what you guys liked today, what you didn't like. Comment down below. Let's talk about that. This was Nick here, helping to master your technology. I will catch you all in the next one. Be sure to be well, and peace.